Greetings, beloveds. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111, and thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into your tarot journey. Today, we're going to dive in with you, Sagittarius. This is your season. It is Sagittarius season, and so we're going to look into what your finances are looking like right now into the new year and career. We're going to look into your love life and any messages that your angels have for you. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. Typically, I like to start each of these readings with a healing and a song, and sometimes, at least lately, I haven't been doing that because my songs apparently keep getting blocked and blocking my videos, and so, it's the whole thing. But I can't help it because the songs to me are a part of the reading. I do believe that universe is always communicating with us, to us, through numbers, through music, through signs and billboards, through movies. Like, in whatever way that universe needs to get a message to you, it's going to get it to you if you are just aware and present and awakened to the fact that you can actually communicate, and it does also communicate with us. Okay, so today's song is by Lettucey, who I love. And you can check this out for yourself on whatever platform or streaming service you use. I use Apple Music, or either I'll pull things up on YouTube. And so this song is Pieces of Me. Again, my disclaimer is that when I am recording from my computer instead of my phone, the music, the transfer of it can be a little wonky, so it may not be extremely clear, but that's okay. And as I play this song, I'm going to do a bit of a healing. I feel today many of us need a bit of a heart healing. We need to deal with this heart space. Maybe, I'm just going to say all the upper chakras really, but the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the solar plexus, which is dealing with ego, is dealing with matters of the heart and love, and also dealing with our voices and speaking clearly, communicating. Okay, but also grief work. I just feel like a need to do a lot of grief work for many of us. You don't often realize that sometimes you have to grieve people who are still here on the planet, people who you wish you still had relationships with, or who you had hope for a relationship. You yearned for a relationship that never really rolled out the way that you wanted it to. You have to grieve people who never showed up for you in the way you needed them to show up for you, whether it's your parents, your mom, your dad, your lovers, your ex-lovers, your siblings, your own family members. There's roles that we think they're supposed to play, and maybe by culture, by conditioning, by experience and belief, those people are supposed to play this specific role, but they don't quite measure up. In fact, there may be family members that really just don't act like family members at all. They're more like enemies. They're more toxic than any relationship you've ever been in, right? But sometimes we need to lay those things to rest. We need to have a funeral and a grieving session for those things that we have been hoping for years, but that just aren't quite meeting us where we stand and where we are. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of work around that lately, and I just feel the need for the collective. Spirit is always guiding me through so I can know how to relate those things to you. Okay, so I think this song speaks to many of you, many of us actually, as to where we are right now in emotionally and spiritually and mentally. Okay, again, it's Lettucey, Pieces of Me. If it's not clear on here, please don't be annoyed. I'm so sorry. It's the only way I know how to give it to you. um unless maybe there's a way I can start using some type of app or something, so I'll figure that eventually. Okay, I'm very old school. I rebel against a lot of the new technologies because I just like the authenticity of doing things myself instead of making machines or AI or you know, all these other things, do them for me all the time. I think it's great to incorporate, but just not to just allow to always do everything so that I don't have to think for myself. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. So let's go ahead and get started. Enough talking on my end, and then we'll get right into your reading. Um, all right, Sag, so this is for you. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply, as if you're trying to fill up your lungs to complete fullness. Hold. Take a quick breath again up and release. Continue to do that as I work on your heart chakras, your throat chakra, and your solar plexus. Okay, we're going to stop there. Okay, so let's get into it. So, Sag, we have a message for you to just really pay attention to your work at this time. This is advice from a friend. And this is you should accept valid criticism. So it sounds like there's some advice coming in from someone who you deem a close friend. I imagine this is someone who is very loyal, or who knows, who sees, who maybe knows how to ring the alarm, because every time I see the dogs barking, it's like an alarm, right? Oh, so sorry. Dogs actually typically know who to trust and who not. You ever notice your dog when certain people come around, it's like really chill, even if they never met this person before, they could just be really chill, like, oh, okay, you're cool. Or there's some where they just, no matter how you try to calm them, they're just going off, right? Trust your friends, your loyal friends, and trust what it is that they have to tell you. Some of this may be something about yourself, which is why you got to take, know how to take helpful criticism, right? Except valid criticism is actually what it says. But yeah, now this might have to do with something going on at work. Not necessarily, because right underneath this we have the shield. And shield It's about defending oneself. So this is about you maybe having to defend yourself around work, at work or at your job. And again, I just felt the need to clear that throat chakra because you just might need to speak up for yourself about something, right? Um, Work achievement and success. So yeah, I think this is right beneath this, taking advice from a friend, and this could lead to the success of your work or career situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with, your accomplishments. Okay. Um, so some of you are going through some health issues here. This could be physical, but I get more of a mental, like more like depression, just kind of feeling down. It could be because it's the holidays, and I know many of us have lost elders, we've lost family members, we lost people where, this time of year, of course, the holidays, for some of us, it's our first time experiencing these major holidays without our loved ones here with us, right? But even if it's not your first time, it's still fresh and new. It still feels very fresh, like an open wound I'm seeing. So experiencing these holiday seasons, even if it's the second or third year that your loved one has transitioned or is no longer here, or maybe you're just not in contact or not together as a family, as I talked about earlier, just mourning certain, situations. And this could just feels like a time of mourning, a time of sadness, a time of letting go. Even sometimes when we have to leave people, places, and things behind in our past because they no longer serve, there is a mourning to those attachments that does take place. Okay, so take that how it resonates. But all of this that's happening now is leading you to is affecting your career or leading you to some type of career. I almost feel like it's a career opportunity or a new career possibly. Um, so if you've been wishing for something specifically at this time, and maybe it's a gift because it is holiday season, this is a message that your wish will not be granted at this time. But sometimes a no is not a never. A no is just not right now. Either you're not ready, now is not the time, you don't have space. Um, Again, the divine never gives us more than what we can bear, right? So, um, but someone here is looking at compliments coming in from someone. For some of you, I feel like this is work related, so it could be from a boss, could be from a coworker. This could literally be you receiving a bouquet or flowers. Also a message for somebody just to wake up and smell the flowers because again, this is right beneath trusting your um, I want to say instincts, but trusting the advice of your trusted, loyal friend, right? Which is going to have something to do around your work achievements and your success. So trusting in this advice, taking accountability, and um, you know, this valid criticism is going to lead to these career success, career change, career upgrades. I'm going to say. So this is compliments coming in from an admirer. Could be an admirer at work, again, your boss, but also could be an actual admirer. And I'm just going to say this to you, allow yourself to be admired. Allow people to speak on your behalf. Allow people to compliment you. Trust this loyal friend because this advice could be that, hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you're intelligent. You're stronger than you know. You know this. Hey, it's time to get out there and stop mourning the past. Get out there and start meeting new people. Get out there and start dating again. Get out there and start getting active again, getting your health together. Just trust those who you know have your best interests at heart. Yeah, this is messages coming in with the stork, information coming in here. But also it is the birth of something new. Now, storks, we have known in the past to represent fertility or carrying babies, a new addition to the family. So this could be the birthing, a birth, literally. But for some of you, I feel like it's the birth of a new business opportunity, of a new career opportunity. Because all of this is really tied up into your career and job situation. For your financials, Yeah, this says determination is key to achieving your goals. So tenacity, perseverance, just continue to keep doing what you're doing, what works for you. Don't quit when you're tired. Quit when you're done is the message. Okay. Just do it. Just do it. Procrastination is not going to bring you any success. So whatever it is that you've been pondering on, procrastinating about, do it. Now is the time. This message is telling you, hey, come on now. The dog is barking. Ring the alarm. You know what I mean? So it's time to just, jump into action. Don't think too hard on it. Just do it. Sometimes in order to trip up the matrix, which is how you're going to change timelines, change from being paycheck to paycheck to being abundantly wealthy, is by tricking the matrix. And sometimes the way to do that is just to leap, just run towards, what it is that you're believing in and what you're creating and manifesting and trying to do. Instead of waiting till things line up perfectly, just jump, just take a leap. Okay. So writing down your goals will help you to achieve them. Of course, you can keep yourself on track, have a checklist, and measure yourself to that list or those dates of accomplishment and so forth. Okay. Um, and that way you can actually reach your dreams just one step at a time. It's not so overwhelming. Guidance. I don't know why when this card comes up, I'm literally hearing Chris Brown's No Guidance. Mm. Anyhow, there may be a message in that song, so you might want to look it up. I don't know. That's for somebody. Your angels and spirit guides have your back here. They are supporting you. You are on the right track. They're doing the work in the background to make way for your opportunities. So, again, I say stay optimistic and just do it. Stop procrastinating. Whatever excuses you're thinking in your mind, find solutions. Whatever questions, whatever doubts, whatever fears, find solutions so that you can move past that. Okay. Um, so what's going on here in the background? I feel like you're missing someone, Sag. This is a yearning for someone, missing someone, reminiscing. Because this is the card of I miss you. Okay. This could be someone missing you as well. Maybe roses are significant here in the color red. Um, however, if you find yourself feeling a pull towards someone, that you can't quite let go of, that you can't quite get away from, just constantly feeling this yearning for someone, especially if you're in separation. Um, I do have a cord cutting ritual, okay, that I have. So just check out some of the other videos on Muse and Magic 1111, and there will be a cord cutting ritual. There's also a ritual, or not even a ritual, but it's just some really great messages on um, to help you kind of get through this process and through this time where you may be feeling kind of unsure, maybe even insecure because of this connection and or the lack thereof, I should say. Okay, but yeah. Um, so this is sex appeal, physical attraction, irresistible desire. So this is someone that you're very attracted to. They may find you very attractive too, or you might be the attractive one, but I feel like, excuse me, you're missing someone that you're very much attracted to, that you feel some type of a connection, um, that you feel some type of a connection to. But this is someone who is just unremorseful, someone who probably is just going around like, do, not even really, don't even know that you exist, right? Um, Meaning that your love is still existing for them, that you're still holding space for them. They just don't. I just feel like this person is clueless. They're literally sipping on a Coke with their sunglasses on and just having a great day. You know what I'm saying? Without even knowing how you're feeling and how you're kind of tied to this connection and still can't quite let it go. Feeling very much, still feeling very much connected, you know? Um, and I see this boxing gloves, the hands are up, you know, there's probably been some hostility or animosity somewhere around here, conflict and fighting or disagreements. That could have been how the situation kind of ended or fizzled out. But this could also just be the energy of someone just really fighting and literally to the death, fighting and rebelling against a connection here, right? It's like, and I actually typically when like a soul connection or twin flame holds this hostility or this animosity or this, this fighting and disagreement energy towards you, it's really because they're rebelling against their own reflection, their own mirror. You're very triggering. Oh, that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. You're very triggering to this person. So you make them feel like they either have to defend themselves or they're fighting you off because they really don't want to go deep. They don't want to really see themselves, which you tend to do. You trigger the reflection of them. You trigger the mirror reflection of their soul and what it is that they need to still heal, what it is they need to still, what it is they're still wounded from, what it is they still haven't healed from. So yeah, and this gets them really, this makes them really hot and heated, but at the same time, this relationship had at one time had chemistry. This was someone who, this was intense passion. Things are probably heating up. There is chemistry, or was chemistry here in this situation. Um, but somewhere, it's like I see this is like a cup of beans. The beans were spilled, so maybe the truth came out here somewhere. But what I really feel from that is that somewhere there was some type of truth that came out, or I don't even know if I should say it was truth, but there was some type of energy that was just like, I almost feel like it was almost like letting like spilled coffee, literally. Okay, this is spilled coffee beans, but like spilled coffee, woo, 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 woo. Like a deflated balloon. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? So, there was something that probably happened or triggered this situation, or the cat was let out of the bag somewhere, but there was just somewhere that this trust, I feel like there was something that tightened up and now trust was gone. Either it was betrayed or it was, I don't know, but something just kind of restricted there. Okay. And this is clearly someone who was running, who was a runner. Okay. And this person made a quick getaway. They escaped, and then that was pretty much all he or she wrote. Okay. Um, wow. It's not a surprise. Actually, not a surprise. Just a very interesting situation. So, Spirit, tell us a little bit more about the relationship we're actually talking about right now. Wow. Give us a little bit more in-depth look into this relationship and who we're talking about right now. This is someone who likes to be in control. One or the other, maybe even both of you, likes to be in control. Everybody was like playing chess to control this connection. Okay. Um, But and the thing about like some relationships, soul connection, soul contracts, even twin flame, it's that it's like this codependent thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? So someone here was very codependent. Maybe the whole relationship was codependent. There were addictions that were affecting the situation or the romantic life. Sometimes the addictions on, listen to me, It doesn't have to mean, because sometimes people take this thing so thorough. Doesn't mean that there was substance abuse, although it may have been. It doesn't mean that there was alcoholism or, smoking. There were other people have other vices. Sometimes vices can be shopping, avoidance. Like there was this addictive behavior, um, like an addiction to what people think of you. And so there's this addiction to put on, to be on all the time because, like I see this in a lot of social media um, influencers or whatnot. Like, you're really addicted to the camera. You're addicted to being on. And so it's almost like if you're not getting likes, if you're not checking, if nobody's saying anything, if nobody is commenting, if nobody is liking, it's almost like, oh my God, I have to do something else. You know what I mean? Like this addictive behavior. So there was some type of codependency here. And really how this rolls out sometimes in relationships is that the relationship worked in the beginning and there was chemistry and everything because there was either some trauma bonding or there was some type of, likeness at the time with, with, I don't want to say just trauma bonding, but it was almost like we like the same things, we're into the same things, this kind of thing. So someone might start feeling so comfortable in that either if there's a situation where there's love making, just say maybe someone constantly wanted to just at least they love the sex. Someone else was like, okay, you're getting sex out of this, but what I'm getting is, temporary companionship, or I'm getting, whatever. So there is some type of an exchange that can still be very codependent. When I'm with you, you stroke my ego, you blow me up, you fill me up, my ego blow, it's just whatever. And what someone else might get out of that, maybe not your ego being stroked, but you're being fulfilled sexually, or you're being fulfilled again by this temporary experience, so to speak, of companionship. You know what I mean? So it's just different ways that can play out. Take it how it resonates, but you guys know that already. Okay. Someone just didn't give the relationship a chance. That's what seems to have happened here. Um, there was supposed to be an open mind to this situation, but, and this is even a warning, really, not even a warning, but just a message now of being very present. Like, this is for someone who needs to keep an open mind right now about what your love life could look like, what your soulmate looks like, because your soulmate may differ from, your usual type. In you having a usual type, I'm just going to ask you, how is that working out for you? This usual type that you keep attracting or want to keep attracting. How is that working out for you? Okay? Because, love is not, you know, something you're supposed to wait on alone. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I have to give you this. I did this in a excuse me, in a short, so you guys can catch the short if you come across it. But you know, you just gotta know. You don't have to. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to like hope forever and just be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really important. Um, Gosh, can I find it? Dang it. Maybe not. I didn't know I was gonna need it for this particular reading, but yeah, love does not require waiting alone. Okay. The love that's meant for you will not flee. Okay, it's not going to flee your depth. And something tells me you are sad. You love very deeply. Just like Scorpios, you love very deeply. You don't really know how to do the surface shit when it comes to love. You know what I'm saying? So, um, bless your heart. If you allow love to come in, like from a perspective of having an open mind, though, very soon there could be a new love. There could be a new admirer, someone who adores you. It could be a love that doesn't flee. Okay, it'll be a love that stays. Um, it'll be a love that literally loves you back. And honestly, I feel like that's part of what this depression card came up. This depression energy was, right? A period of illness is what it says, and depression, and I feel like it's because you feel alone and you really do long for companionship. You don't want to be alone. So why are you? Okay. Yeah, so this is the time to go ahead and make some type of a romantic gesture, and I feel like this is for yourself, getting back into the groove. Make a romantic gesture to yourself so that you can attract that in for yourself. This may already be underway with this bouquet. Remember, someone's going to show you appreciation. Someone is going to, compliment you or admire you. Allow yourself to be complimented. Allow yourself to be admired, adored, chosen, shown up for. Okay? Yeah. And then there will be a time to disconnect from the world. This could be a really great connection because it looks like it could be some time away together in retreat. Yeah, some honeymoon time. Especially this is, around the holidays. So this could be just some time spent with someone significant here. Okay. This could be someone that you've already known, with this reconciliation card. Um, no, yes, that is for some of you. For some of you, thanks Spirit, for some of you, just as you start to move on, just as you start to release and cut cords and, hey, I'm going to move on and find a love and attract a love that loves me back, here comes this person lurking, wanting to reconcile. Isn't that how it always works? Yeah. But guess what? There's a choice that will be made. And that choice is that you're not going to come up out of this separation because you're going to realize that you have something great. You're going to realize that by letting go and allowing yourself to be loved, letting go and cutting cords and not waiting alone anymore for love, that you have found the love that you actually have been waiting for. You're going to realize that trying something new, trying a new flavor, a new drink, a new seasoning actually tastes pretty damn good, right? Instead of waiting for the same old recipes from yonder years that hasn't worked for you in years. It's causing your blood pressure to go up. It's causing depression. It's causing your diabetes to be in. Hello? You don't need a love that's going to cause you pain. That's not love. Okay? Yeah. Oh, you can't make this up. You are lovable. You deserve love. Wow. That is so fucking beautiful. So, let's just look into some love messages for you from universe, from, maybe from um your person. Okay? Whoa. Give thanks for the blessing of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. You cannot make this up. That is so beautiful. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Oh my God. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. I just said that by romancing yourself. Didn't that come up? That's so beautiful. Mm-mm-mm. And on the bottom of the deck, it was beware of that which you are projecting, okay? For the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection, okay? And I think that goes a lot with taking that sound advice, right? Valid advice from a friend, okay? That's it. That's it, Sag. I don't think we need to go any further. That's your reading. Until next time, remember that love brings change. Love is the highest vibration of all. Love heals all wounds. And until next time, I wish you wellness. I wish you great health and abundance. I love you. Bye.